Manuel, an 11-year-old boy, lived with his family on a small ranch on the outskirts of Cuernavaca, Morelos, Mexico. His father, Don Francisco, was a hard-working man passionate about livestock, and the ranch had several cows, chickens, and a couple of horses. Manuel always helped his father with the ranch chores, although sometimes he preferred to get lost in his imagination, when suddenly a cow is about to give birth after logging with an event. Manuel, by his father's orders, stays cleaning and collecting el corral, so that the new calf be clean and comfortable, but what Manuel would discover would take the entire family's breath away. Hear this great story. One morning the sun was shining brightly, and the air was filled with the singing of the ranch birds. Manuel was playing near the house, when he heard his father call him urgently. "Manuel, come quickly, help me, one of the cows is about to give birth." Manuel ran towards the corral immediately, his heart beating with excitement. Although he had seen animal births before, each one was a unique and special experience. He already knew that the cow at any moment she would have her calf. Upon arriving at the corral, Manuel saw his father next to a cow called Estrella. It was clear that the moment of delivery had arrived. Don Francisco, with expert hands, reassured Estrella while giving instructions to Manuel to bring buckets of water, towels and rags to help Estrella give birth to her new calf. Manuel hurried to the house and returned with everything necessary, while his father assisted Estrella. Manuel watches with big eyes full of admiration. For a few minutes of tension and effort, a little calf finally saw the light of the world. "We achieved it," Manuel said his father, smiling broadly, while carefully drying the newborn. They were both happy because they had already lived 2 months ago, as a foal died because their delivery would be delayed. This of course saddened the whole family, because it always the member of the ranch is waiting with great happiness for everyone. Manuel felt a mixture of joy and amazement. He approached the little calf, gently caressing its wet fur. After his dad cleaned the calf and seeing that everything was fine, he left Manuel alone, telling him that now he would clean the entire corral. Manuel, happy as always, began to fetch buckets of water, a mop and a broom. That corral was made of dirt and had a lot of straw and sawdust. Manuel began to collect all that wet straw, and that's when under the cow, right where the calf was already eating there, between the mother's hind legs, a piece of something like a broken slab or vessel could be seen. Manuel, at his young age, he had only seen something similar when his mother's clay dishes broke. He immediately thought that his father he gave them something to eat in a clay dish and the cow broke it. But when she got closer to pick it up, the cow made another movement that stirred up that earth even more, and that's when they saw yellow metal things. Suddenly something on the ground caught their attention. Under the straw and the dirt of the corral, something shiny appeared slightly. Manuel, expectant and curious, the first thing he did was bend down and take what looked yellow, and incredibly he noticed that it was a coin. Intrigued, Manuel began to finish with his hands. Little by little he unearthed a vase. Old and dusty, covered with strange symbols. With effort he lifted it and took it to his father. "Dad, look what I found," said Manuel, his voice full of emotion and curiosity. Don Francisco took the cracked vase with great surprise. He cleaned it a little with his shirt and examined it carefully. When he opened it, his eyes they opened wide. Inside the vase there was a pile of gold coins that seemed ancient and very shiny. "For all the saints, Manuel, this is incredible!" Don Francisco exclaimed, clearly. Astonished, Manuel could not believe what he saw. The coins were shining under the sun, and his mind was filled with questions. Where did that come from? Dad, who put them there that night? After finishing the chores at the ranch, Don Francisco and Manuel sat at the kitchen table with that vase and the coins. Manuel's mother, Dona Lupe, was also present, watching with interest. "Francisco, what do you think that means?" she asked, touching one of the coins carefully. Don Francisco shook his head slowly. "I don't know, woman. These coins look very old. Maybe someone hid them here a long time ago. How is it possible? I hadn't noticed before." The father told him that he could take a few coins to a friend at the downtown museum in Cuernavaca, so they could tell him exactly about these coins. The wife and child accepted. Tomorrow we will go to Cuernavaca to see if anyone can help us solve this great enigma and mystery. And what are these types of coins about? The next day the family went to Cuernavaca, visited the local museum, and asked to speak with a childhood friend of the father's. An archaeologist, Dr. Hernandez, a kind man with sharp eyes, received him in his office. Then they told me that they found a vase full of gold coins, said Dr. Hernandez, observing the vase with interest. Don Francisco nodded and showed him the coins. The archaeologist examined them. Carefully using a magnifying glass and several other instruments, these coins are from the colonial era, the expert Dr. Hernandez finally said. They were probably hidden here several centuries ago, perhaps by someone who feared losing his fortune during some type of conflict or revolution. Manuel was also fascinated by the doctor. He felt that he had been transported to another era, imagining the lives of those who had handled those types of coins so many years ago. The friend told them that today those coins had a great historical value, almost more impressive than the value of gold. Since they were from the year of 1669 of the Spanish colony, everyone was shocked, and the friend told him that if he wanted to sell them he would help him. Manuel's parents only turned to look at each other and guessed yes back at the ranch. The family discussed what to do with that great treasure. They could sell the coins and use the money to improve the ranch, or maybe keep them as a family gift. I think we should sell some coins, Dona Lupe suggested. We could fix the roof of the house and buy more animals. Don Francisco nodded thoughtfully. Yes, but we should also keep some coins as a souvenir of this incredible find. Manuel agreed. He knew that those coins were part of a history, not only of his family, but now also of that place. With the money obtained from the sale of some coins, the family made improvements to the ranch. They bought more cows and chickens, fixed the house, and built a new barn. Manuel, although still young, felt great pride in seeing how his discovery had helped his family. They also kept some coins in the vase in a special place as a family treasure, always remembering the incredible adventure that had begun with the new birth of that calf. Life on the ranch continued, but with a new sense of hope and excitement. Manuel never stopped dreaming of adventures and treasures, and often told the story of the vase and the coins to his friends, inspiring everyone with his incredible discovery. Of course, never said that he had discovered them. He told them like a story. The ranch prospered and the family lived very well, always remembering the day when a simple birth would lead to a great discovery that would change their lives forever. This great story happened in the year 1994, where the son of one of the ranch workers learned this story through Emmanuel's son, who one day told them that the story of the gold coins were real and he would discover them. That ranch continues to grow, and now they sell horses and cattle with Manuel at the helm. So far this great story. If you liked it, please give us a like and subscribe. See you soon.